Hello, everybody. Bonjour à tout le monde. I'm so glad to have you guys here, whether it's in my live or in my replays. So, after this quick little intro, we'll be back with our French lessons. I know I haven't given one of these in a while, so hopefully, all of you haven't forgotten the French lessons I've given you. If not, you guys can always replay the playlist and regain that French knowledge. So let's get things started, guys. And welcome back, everybody. So let's get the music going. Hello, Lori. How you doing tonight? Thank you for being here. No gameplay tonight, Lori? I want to see the swimming dancing guy there playing the games there, whatever that character is on that game you play. It always makes me laugh when I see that guy. How you doing, Lori? I hope you had a great weekend and thank you for being here. And I saw that King Anton official was here earlier in the morning at like 7:40 in the morning for this live, patiently waited. Hopefully he's gonna come back. I think it's a question of time difference for him that he might not be here because I think there's more and more of the Filipino community that's part of my subscribers. So they're obviously a few hours ahead, so that's absolutely fine if some of them don't get into my lives. I think it's probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning for them now. But I'm glad, Lori, that you're here with me. It's going to be a very quick lesson today. I have to admit, I didn't really prepare myself for it. I stayed at work way longer than I should have. And normally, when I get home, it's maybe 6:30, 6:45, and I would have had that 2 hours to prepare. But alas, I'm doing very well. Thank you, Laura. You'll be doing it tomorrow? Okay, so I'll be looking forward to the swimming attacky guy there from I don't know, I don't know what that character name is. You're gonna have to tell me what it's what's that game? Cat game or something that you play? It looks like a very interesting game. I don't know if I want to get into playing video games or not. It seems like a very interesting game though at least. But you seem to enjoy and have a good time doing it, and that was fun watching you playing that game. So, but I'm glad that you're here with me tonight. And like I said, it's not going to be a very, very long French lesson. I'm just going to review a couple of the past lessons that I've done. I'm, trying to. Oh, cat battle cat. Okay, thank you. Noted. All right, so I'll try to see if I can get that, and maybe I'll start doing, playing the game and doing it online one day. Maybe I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. But anyways, so I'm also trying to get back into the rhythm of doing lives every day. I know I stopped quite some time and started again and stopped and started, partly just because of, I do have now a second part-time job that's in the morning. So oftentimes I would get home really tired. So it's like, oh, I'm just not in the mood to do a live. But now that I'm back into my a rhythm of it and I'm used to things, I feel like okay, I can start doing lives again. Although I'm used to doing my lives, some of them at least in the morning. It's a bit annoying to have them doing that at night, but it is what it is. So, but anyways, I'm glad you're here with me, Lori, and hopefully you'll learn some French. But yeah, if you just want to sit back and listen, that's fine as well. Hopefully you enjoy the music. Let me know if it's too loud or hey, maybe let's try a different song or something. So, without any further ado, we're going to start into our French lessons. So let's see here. Just gonna take a little, half a second before I start. Actually, just gonna get something that I need. All right, thank you for your patience, Lori. Sorry, I had to just get something and get it going. So I'm gonna start. Yes, I have two part-time jobs that equate to basically a full-time job. So yeah, so one I do from 9 to 12, and then the other one I do from 1 to 6. So that's why when I got back into that first job in the morning, it was like a moment to get back into the rhythm of things because I'd been basically working part-time for the past 2.5 years. Uh, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So already I was getting used to like not having to wake up very early in the morning. And then so that's one adjustment. And then having to only work 25 hours a week instead of 40. That was another thing that it was quote unquote a luxury for me. So yeah. So getting back into a 40-hour week was a bit of a rough adjustment. Hello, hello, Will Rich Unstoppable Entertainment. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, today I'm going to be doing a French lesson. It's going to be a fairly short one. I'm just going to go with some basic stuff. I'm really trying to get back into the rhythm of doing a live every day. So that way I don't drop off in the numbers and so forth. Because I did notice that the second I stopped doing lives, my numbers kept going down and down. Okay, you work from 8 to 5, full time job. That's great, fantastic. Yeah, like I said, it took me a moment to get back into that doing 40 hours a week rhythm of things because, like most people, that's what I did for most of my life, right? That's what I always, most of my jobs, that's what I did, whether it was 8 to 5 or when I was working at Wendy's or whatever. You did whatever hours you do, but it was always full time until I got this last job. So, but anyways, I digress. That's not the whole point of the video. Well, we'll have a I don't know, freestyle Friday or something, and we're gonna have a chit chat. Maybe have panelists come up and talk about our lives and all that. We'll see. We'll see. So we'll get into the French lesson today, and do practice what you guys hear. Hopefully, you guys are in a place where you can talk out loud to yourselves without being embarrassed. That's always the best way to learn French, right? Is by actually practicing it. But really, it's up to you guys. If you're just here to support me, that's fine as well too. But hopefully, you guys will learn a little bit of French as you're supporting me, right? Hopefully, right? It'd be nice. Be nice to have every guys like if I go to your guys' channel, hey bonjour, and okay, it'd be nice. But like I said, you don't have to. If all you guys want to do is give me a little bit of support, give me a little bit of love, that's fine as well. I definitely appreciate it either way. All right, so without any more, we're going to get into it. I'm just going to do one little thing here. There we are. And then we're going to get into this one here. Let's see here. Thank you, Lori. Thank you very much for sharing. And that's the thing, too, with the sharing on the community tab. Now that I think I got my 500 maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You see when people share your stuff on it. So it's always nice when I see those notification pop ups and hey, this person shared your video, that person shared your video. Uh, that's another way to get engagement going as well. And like if you see somebody share like when you see somebody else on their community, don't forget to like and comment on their community post as well because that also counts on their engagement and reach and all that. So that helps with their numbers as well. So try to like even for yourself when you're creating a community post, try to make it in a way that engages people. Like have a poll, have a question, have a provocative topic, and hey, what do you guys think about this? Because all of that counts in your numbers as well. But even if it's just a simple, hey, come see this person's live, that's fine too. There's definitely nothing wrong. But these are just my, little tips and of the trade, quote unquote, right? So, anyways, I digress again. Again, it's a French habit. We talk too much, and we always have more to say than what really is necessary. All right, so let's get into it here. So, of course, when you want to say hello to somebody in French, now obviously, depending on the time of the day, you have different things, but you would either say bonjour, which is hello, and if it's obviously at night, like it is tonight, it's 10 p.m., right? I would say bonsoir, which is the second word, right? So the first word, basically, you say most of the time of the day, right? So, from 6 a.m. to about 6 p.m. kind of thing, right? You would say bonjour, which is literally good day, right? And then the second word, like I said, is bonsoir. Is that something you really say, hey, hello, good night? It's really good night in the both sense of the word, right? Because good night, you can say that in the English way, it's more good night in the sense of wishing somebody to sleep well, kind of thing. But in French, it could mean it's the equivalent of good day, but really for the night. So you're saying hello at night, essentially, but it could also mean wishing somebody to sleep well as well. Okay, so bonjour is hello during the day, and bonsoir is hello during the night. Okay. Hello, hello, Turbo Chat. How are you? I'm so glad to see you here in one of my lives. Thank you so much for your support. And it's so it makes me so happy to see like you could be spending, especially you have so many people out there to support, so many people that you're out there giving a like and a comment to. The fact that you're here spending, even if it's just 5 minutes with me, I'm so happy because, like so many, especially you could be doing so many other things. You have so many people in the community that are out there and helping out. And thank you for sharing on Reddit. You see, I don't even think about Reddit. Like for me, that's not even part of my world. And here you are sharing little old me on Reddit. But thank you so much. And it's not that I don't appreciate the rest of you guys. All of you are also wonderful. But I know Tuber Chat, he's royalty in royalty in the YouTube world, right? You're the king. Of course, I kid a little bit here, guys. But thank you so much, Tuber Chat, for being here. And of course, Stizzy Ellie, I didn't ignore you. I saw you there. Thank you for spending some time with me. Hopefully, everybody will learn a little bit of French tonight with me. But of course, I know Tuber Chat, being a fellow Connect, probably knows a little bit of French as well. Even though I know you're in Toronto and maybe French isn't as big as it is in Toronto as it is in here in Montreal, but I'm glad to have all of you here. And hopefully, all of you leave this chat, leave this live with at least a little bit of more of a French knowledge, right? So, like I said, we saw here, of course, the two words to greet somebody when you want to say hi to somebody in French is, of course, bonjour, which is hello during the day. And like I said, bonsoir is what you would say to somebody during the night to greet them or to wish them a happy sleep, essentially. Okay, so let's get to the next part here. And of course, if you want to integrate, obviously, you're not necessarily going to just say hello to somebody. Oftentimes, you want to say hello, how are you? Because we obviously are caring individuals, right? We want to know how people are doing, even if they're a total stranger. We want to be sure that they're happy, that they're comfortable, and if there's something you can do to help them, that you can do it, right? So, how do you say that in French, right? Well, it's nothing complicated. So, we're going to adapt this and adjust what we just learned, and we're going to build on it a little bit, right? So, of course, in French, you would, of course, still say with the bonjour, okay? And comment ça va? Hello, how are you, right? Because again, we're caring, we're sympathetic, empathetic individuals. We want to know how other people are doing, especially if it's a friend or a family member, what have you, right? So, the first word is what we just learned just a second ago, which is, of course, bonjour. But of course, during the night, you can replace bonjour with bonsoir instead, okay? And then comment ça va? Hello, how are you? Right? Comment ça va? Right? Here I'm intentionally leaving out the more polite and the more formal way of saying it. Because here in Montreal and Quebec in general, it's much more laid back. It's much more informal. We're not necessarily doing everything in the correct, polite way, right? I'm leaving out the comment allez-vous, which is the much more formal way of asking somebody how they're doing it, right? For me, I'm not here to teach you the quote unquote the French from Paris, where it's very prim and proper. I want you guys to, learn French in the more stress-free kind of way, where it's really much more about just learning the basic stuff. I'm not going to tell you and teach you guys the whole conjugations and proper spelling and stuff. God knows my spelling in French is horrendous. I always have to remind myself, am I spelling this properly? And I've been speaking the language my entire life. I went to school all the way to university in French, and I'm still, even at this day, wondering, am I saying this right? Am I pronouncing this properly? Did I spell this properly? That's just how difficult sometimes this language can be. Hello, hello, amazing MG, my friend. How you doing? Go on. Bless up, man. Bless up. Of course, I have to say hello in my best Jamaican patois that I can. I probably messed that up a little bit too, amazing MG, but you're gonna have to teach us some Jamaican patois, and I'll teach you some French, right? So hopefully I didn't butcher the Jamaican patois too much and embarrass myself on on the internet, and everybody's laughing at me, all my Jamaican friends. Look at this girl messing up our language. How dare she? Please don't show this to Lash's journey, please. Don't tell her. Look how she's messing up our language. Look what she's doing. Anyways, I'm so happy to see you here at Amazing Energy. Thank you so much for spending even just a minute with me here. So, obviously, you missed a little tiny bit of Amazing Energy, but nothing too big, nothing too big. I just taught people how to say hello and good night in French. I'm now in the sentence that you see here, which is, of course, bonjour, comment ça va? Which is, of course, French for hello, how are you? Hello, Diva's Kitchen and Vlogs. Thank you for being here. And thank you, yes, for the tamas. It's so nice of you. And of course, I'm so grateful to have the Filipino community participated in my lives. You guys are a wonderful community, always supportive, always so kind, so friendly, so giving. That's what I've noticed. Every Filipino I meet are always very caring and very kind people. So thank you so much for taking even just 5 minutes to be here with me. Thank you very much, Diva. So, yeah, so this sentence is, of course, bonjour, comment ça va? Or hello, how are you? So, I'm going to repeat that a little bit slower so you guys can hopefully practice this on your own at home, okay? Now, obviously, I don't expect you guys to memorize everything I say here and pronounce things perfectly. Feel free to watch this video on replay and repeat the sentences over and over again. uh, I'm obviously going to put this on my French lessons playlist. So you're going to have several videos that you can have to learn all of these. Most of the time, for most of these videos, I try to also have videos and clips and text. So that way it's a little bit more interactive. But tonight, like I said earlier, I'm just trying to get back into the rhythm of doing lives and really try to get my numbers back at a more normal pace up for me and all that. So it's going to be relatively quick, but again, I hopefully will be teaching you guys some good French lessons tonight as well. Yes, yes. Hello to everybody, of course. Or of course, we hopefully you guys get in the habit, and even if it's not for this series, hopefully when you guys come into my lives, don't be afraid to bonjour everybody that comes in, or bonsoir, because technically it is 10 o'clock at night, right? So don't be afraid to say bonjour, comment ça va, all of that, right? And even if you don't spell it properly, it's okay. I'll correct you. Don't worry about it. I'd rather you guys at least try than not learn anything at all. But that's just my little suggestion to you guys. You don't have to, but again, I'm doing this for hopefully for you guys to learn at least some French, right? So, one last slow little repeat of this sentence, which is, of course, again, hello, how are you? So I'm obviously gonna over articulate this word so that way you guys can hear a little bit of what I'm saying and understand. But obviously, when you're going to get used to it, you're not necessarily going to pronounce it the way I'm doing or going to do right now. Okay? So, bonjour, comment ça va? Hello, how are you? Right? So this the sa, which is the ca, right, the before last word, that little accent at the bottom, and makes the c, because usually the c in French is much more of a hard k sound kind of thing. But with that little accent at the bottom of it, I'm not too sure what the name of it is in English. So if somebody knows how to say that accent in English, let me know. But in French, it's called a CCD. Okay, that makes it a much more of an S sound, much more of a, like a snake serpent sound. So it becomes an S instead of a C. Okay, so comment ça va, right? So we're gonna move on to another, and of course we'll go with this one where of course we're gonna answer uh, that question. We're answer let the person know how we're doing, and ask them how they're doing as well. So this is how you would say in French that you're doing well, and I'm doing well today, and how about you? Okay, so this is the sentence. I'm doing well. How about I'm doing well today, I should say. How about you? Okay, so I'm going to say this one time, just the normal way I would say it, right? And then we're going to break it down together. And hopefully, like I said, you guys are practicing this at home or wherever you are, hopefully. But again, there's no obligation, guys. Um, it's really, I know that you guys are, like, you can do whatever you want here, guys. I'm not out here trying to force you to learn French. But, even if, like I said, even if all you do is learn how to say today or you or hello or whatever, it's obviously a good thing. Learning languages is always a plus, right? It always helps you guys out here. So I'm going to say it one time a normal way, and then we'll break it down. Okay? So, je vais très bien aujourd'hui, et toi? Je vais très bien aujourd'hui, et toi? So let's break this down together, right? So the first word is je, which is I in French, right? Vais, which is going. So je vais, I am, or I will sometimes, okay? But in this case, it means I am. The third word, très, well, very, I should say actually, very. So I am very bien, which is the fourth word, bien, well. Je vais très bien. I am very well. Those are the first four words. So the fifth word, aujourd'hui, today. Aujourd'hui, 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 today. And the last two words, et toi, and you, and you, et toi. So we'll repeat that one all together, guys. And do say this out loud, because, again, a lot of learning another language isn't just hearing it, isn't just reading it, it's also saying it, right? And the same thing goes if I want to learn Tagalog or Spanish or German, it's not just a question of hearing it or seeing it, it's also a question of practicing it, right? So we're going to repeat it all together once, and I'm going to take my time with this, and hopefully you guys are going to learn something today, right? So let's take it together, guys. First word, je vais très bien aujourd'hui, et toi? I'm going to repeat that at the normal pace, right? So, obviously, like I said, guys, I do exaggerate the enunciation by intention so you guys can hear a little bit and understand what I'm saying. But obviously, during a normal conversation in French, people aren't articulating the words that way, right? Unless they have a certain accent or they're learning the language, etc., right? Most of the time, how I'm about to say, that's how you're going to hear this sentence, right? Je vais très bien aujourd'hui, et toi? So as you can see, my pace is a lot quicker. I'm not articulating the words as much as I was just a moment ago. But again, most of the people, when they hear me saying this, it's because, well, they also speak French, right? So they don't have to, wait, what do you say? How do I pronounce that word? They already know the language for the most part, right? Or at least they know enough to understand that basic sentence. So let's get to other things that I taught in other lessons. Here's one that I taught. I took it from, this is from the Phantom of the Opera. And I'm not afraid of reading. This is an actual excerpt from the actual book. I'm not afraid to use this particular sentence because, yeah, as you guys, some of you know, I am very concerned with copyright and copyright issues. But this is an excerpt from the original text, which is in the public domain, which means no copyright applies to it. Okay, so when you're reading text from a book, you do have to be concerned with copyright, even on YouTube. Now, just because people don't get caught with copyright issues with, excuse me, reading books, doesn't mean they can never get caught. Okay, technically, all copyrighted material are protected by copyright. That's why it's copyright, right? Um, so when you're reading a book, do be mindful of copyright laws. So if you're going to read a book out loud, make sure you either A, have permission from the appropriate individual, or that it's a book in the public domain, I should say, public domain. Okay, or that of course you apply the appropriate. Hey, I changed enough of it for it to be something completely different. Okay, so I'm going to read the sentence once so that way you guys at least hear it, right, and understand. Now, obviously, the sentence, as you can see by the end of it, is technically part of a much longer sentence, but I'm not going to read everything. In fact, I see the time. We're going to end on this sentence, and then after that, I'm going to call it a night. Okay? So I see that's already 10:15, and I do have to get up for earlier in the morning. So we're going to practice this one together and get going after this. So again, I'm going to read it once, and then after that, we're going to break it down together. So, le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. Ce ne fut point, comme on l'a cru longtemps, une inspiration d'artiste, une superstition de directeur. So I'm going to read that one again because I did butcher it a little bit, and this is a very beautiful sentence. Le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. Ce ne fut point, comme on l'a cru longtemps, une inspiration d'artiste, une superstition de directeur. And of course, the sentence does go on, but we'll end it here for now. So let's break this down together, and I will obviously over articulate the words as usual. So, le fantôme, the phantom, le fantôme de l'opéra. So the first four words, le fantôme de l'opéra, the phantom of the opera, a existé. So the first six words, le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. The phantom of the opera existed. A existé is past tense, right? So they're talking about the phantom of the opera in the past at one point did exist, right? Because now the author of the Phantom of the Opera is telling the story as somebody recalls a memory from way back when the life was different, right? Le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. The Phantom of the Opera did exist. The next four words. Ce ne fut point. It wasn't. Ce ne fut point. It wasn't. The next part of the sentence. I'll go to the end of it. Comme on l'a cru longtemps. Comme on l'a cru longtemps. Like we believed for a long time. It wasn't like we believed for a long time. Comme on l'a cru longtemps. Next three words. Une inspiration d'artiste. The inspiration of artists. Une inspiration d'artiste. And the last 4 words. Une superstition de directeur. Une superstition, superstition de, de directeur. Directeur. Une superstition de directeur. So we're going to repeat that sentence together, guys. And after this, like I said, this is just a quick little French lesson to get everybody back in the rhythm. And then next week, I'll give a full out lesson with video and everything else, right? So, le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. Ce ne fut point, comme on l'a cru longtemps, une inspiration d'artiste, une superstition de directeur. So hopefully, guys, you enjoyed that live today and you hopefully learned a couple of words in French. So hopefully the next time I see you guys, whether it's in my own live or somebody else's live, you spam the chat with plenty of bonjours and fantômes and comment ça va and all that. At the very least in my chats. In everybody else's, they might not like it, but in my chat, spam it with French as much as you want to. But yes, on that note, guys, we're going to call it a night. But thank you, Black Money Corp, for doing the do and being here. You're very welcome, Lori. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you, Black Man Corpy. And, I have no choice but being me here. That's the only thing I know how to do is be me, right? And all you know how to do is be you, right? And hopefully you continue doing it well. Hopefully Lori continues doing who she is as well as she does it. So that's all we know how to do is be ourselves, right? So on that note, guys, we're gonna call it a night. So bonsoir. All right, guys. So again, spam the chat with plenty of French in mind. Don't be afraid to bonjours and bonsoirs and all that in my chats, guys. So hopefully I catch you guys in either Lori's live tomorrow or in Black Man Corp's lives. Hopefully, MNG, the amazing MNG. Hopefully, you will be going live soon. Hopefully, let's see who else was here. Of course, I cannot forget Tuber Chat was also here. Hopefully, he will be going live. I know he goes live 2 or 3 times during the week, so check him out, guys. He's very supportive of small YouTubers. It's definitely a great place to connect with other YouTubers, whether you need something like getting your numbers up for watch hours. There's plenty of people there that are willing to exchange playlists. That's how I met Lori, actually. So I'm really great for that. Of course, I cannot forget Diva for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Let's see who else was here. La 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 la. Of course, a Willie Rich Unstoppable Entertainment did stop by as well. And of course, we had an early visit from King Agathon official. So please, guys, don't be afraid to connect with each other. Don't be afraid to chat it afterwards with each other. But like I said, I know Tuber Chat, he goes live on a regular basis. Great guy, great channel, great community there. That's where I met our wonderful friend Lori, who's wonderful. Love her gaming content. Black Money Corp, you have great content as well. Lots of fun over there. Amazing energy. Love what you do on your channel. Love seeing how you bring Jamaica to the rest of us. I'm always a little bit jealous of the beaches over there. I kind of want to. We have beaches here in Montreal, but it's not quite the same as it is in Jamaica. Yes, it's definitely not the same as well. So bonsoir, Laurie. Bonsoir, Tuber Chat. Bonsoir, Black Money Corp. Bonsoir, Amazing MNG. So have a great night, guys. Love y'all. Have a good one and have a great night. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir.